Salutations, my fellow dandies! It's me, Jack Dandy, and we are back in Stray. Look at my little cat. It's, salutations, chat. I apologise. I put the stream title to a Tom Jones lyric that I got slightly wrong. It's not the end of the world. I changed it. It's fine. Don't tell Tom Jones. Okay? It's fine. Everything's okay. Anyway, we're back in Stray. I am back in my cat boy form, or cat man form. It feels weird calling myself a cat boy at 35. It feels weird being a cat man at 35. Unless it's Catmandu. Is that a person or a place? Anyway, we're back in Stray. So, story so far, I'm a cat. I got lost. I'm now in a city full of robots trying to find my way back to my litter. Pack? It's a litter for a cat, surely. Yeah, we'll go with litter. And I've picked up a robot. Let's wake up from this this guitar playing robot. I've picked up a robot who gives me the power to zap enemies. And that's about where we are. I'm about to head into the sewer. However, I do have a couple of tiny little bits to tidy up in the this opening section. So, oh my god, who's chat? Your chat. Tom Jones has disowned me. Well, it's fine. I don't think Tom Jones is Welsh. I don't think he ever owned me. So, surely it's a pride. A pride of kittens? A pride of cats? I mean, maybe. Something startled me. Oh, I've never just let the cat kind of idle like this. I just kind of chase bugs and stuff. And then just sit down out of tiredness. I guess it's a pride. It's a pride of lions, but, I mean, lions aren't cats. I'm going to go with a litter. The litter is what they should have. Yeah, but you have a when a cat gives birth, they give birth to a litter of kittens, right? So, does it stay a litter? I don't know. It's not important. Right? This is something we could easily Google, but I refuse to. Apparently, a group of cats is a clouder or a clutter. That's not real. You've made that up. What robot wants to spend its whole life following a cat? Well, this robot is attached to me and can talk to cats. So this robot, the one that's flying here. Anyway, so I spent like most of Tuesday trying to find this like one last energy drink. It's literally here. It's literally across the road from the I somehow didn't look at this energy. This. There we go. I didn't look at this one. I don't know why. So that's the last energy drink I need. I think this unlocks the missing memory that I was missing for my robot friend. If I buy... Oh, hang on. Has he got... Huh. Well, that's interesting. He's got all the stuff back. Hello, I'm the merchant of the market. You give me something, I'll give you something in exchange. It's as simple as that. This is an ancient relic, a testament to the talent of our ancestors. Even of course you 3 drink cans, I can't do less. Well, I have... Here you go. So it's a picture of a janitor robot. This is an early model of a companion. Back then they didn't have any personality, they were just glorified autonomous cleaners. I think it's nice that they eventually mimicked humans. It's like they missed them, and in a way they kind of kept them from going extinct. They're good robots. There we go, so there's the gap I was missing in my memory. I think this might be a glitch, because I've got this cable and this music sheet already. But I did notice when I spoke to the robot over here, he did talk to me as if I hadn't given him any music, which does make me a bit worried because I don't think I can get all of the music sheets a second time. And I need the music sheets to get a badge from him. So she's still cleaning up the paint. So I've definitely been... Yeah, the detergent's not here anymore. So it looks like some stuff's reset, weirdly, and some stuff hasn't. But okay. Huh. I meant to look up where the last music note was, because I looked it up last week. I looked it up after we finished playing on Tuesday, and I was like, oh, there it is. I'll make a note of that, and then I forgot. So let me just quickly look it up. Music sheet locations. This game would be better if it was lions rather than cats, then we could make the dandelion joke. Oh, hilarious. Although, I mean, we did make some Lion King references last time. Mostly in how your cat, who I didn't name. I named all of the cats in our litter, clutter, pride, whatever we want to call it. But I didn't name myself. I've just been calling my cat Cat. So... after as I say what makes sense. I don't have the internet anymore. Okay. I'm going to ignore that. I think you should do Crichton voice as your robot voice. I second the Crichton voice. I don't think I could do a Crichton voice. It's been a while since I watched Red Dwarf. Like, I can hear the voice in my head, kind of. But I don't think I can do a Crichton voice. So, practice for next time. Okay, I will. I'm gonna... you the master of accent, sure not. Oh, look, I can do accents, but I can't do intentional impersonations. That's where it, that's where it stops. I think I'm trying to remember which ones I picked up. I definitely got number 1. I think I missed number 2. So that's the giant out-of-order elevator. Climb the button to your right. Where? So I'm looking at a picture of where it is. I don't think I picked... I think number 2 is the one I missed. So that's... up there. I'm going to be annoyed if I hand this to him and he doesn't treat it as if I've handed him the other 8. Because... ah! Oh, not down there. It's interesting as well. Okay, now that is... no, that's the table that should be on. So I got that one. So maybe... no, I got sheet music 3. I got 4. That's the one at the shop. I should have probably just picked this up before I started playing. I think I got the... yeah, I got the sheet music in the bar. Maybe this is the one I missed. So this was in, I think, over here. I forget which flat... this one was. Was this Clementine's? I've never heard him do accents. Which ones can he do? I do voices, and I occasionally put on accents when I'm doing a character. For example, like Final Fantasy XIV, a lot of it isn't voiced, so I have to read the characters out. And I do my best to mimic. There it is. I do my best to mimic the voice, but I'm not competent. A lot of my voices end up drifting into one another. I can do a couple of voices, but yeah, no, it's not good. People seem to like him though. You know, the same few people come back for the FF14 stream. So, all right, let's turn this one in, and they should. Yeah, see, this doesn't bode well. The fact that he's like, "Hello, I'm a musician, but I don't have any songs." It's like I gave you all the other 7 songs. This was the only song that's missing. So if this doesn't work, there's been some horrible glitch, and I'm not going to get my badge, which I am furious about. But, so... What about your messages are coming through, but I'm mostly ignoring you because you're talking gibberish. And you are skirting very close to a timeout, I'm going to be honest. But it looks like you're going, so have a good evening. Calm down. Do Scottish. I mean, the thing is, Scottish is a lot easier when you're reading a character that's written in Scottish. When I'm just doing a voice, it's just like... Oh, hi. I'm a cat. You know, it's kind of, it's whatever. Like I said, I also, sometimes the accent I try and do, sometimes I can do an accent, but it's not the accent I'm actually trying to do. Right, come on, you've got to have counted that. Oh, damn it, he doesn't recognise that I've given him the rest. But I mean, I don't have... The other ones aren't there. I'm pretty sure I got 7 and 8. I got this 8. That was the one in the safe for definite. I definitely got 7. That was on the piano. I played on the piano, so I definitely got Scottish demo. I just did Scottish. Sing a song in Scottish. No, I can't just sing a made-up song. Apart from anything else, the messages come through far too late for me to do anything. So, normally defaults to a depressed Brummy. Depressed Brummy is like one of my voices. Anyway, I think the game glitched irritatingly, and has now decided that I haven't given the musician. See, because you can see I've got a badge on my little pouch, and I'm supposed to get another badge when I turn in all the songs, but that's all the songs. I don't have any more, unless. Let me just check the vending machines real quick, because if they've reset, I can get another can, and I can buy song 4 again. But the other songs aren't there. I don't know what to do. No, I think that was one of the vending machines. Yeah, there were definitely 2 on the ground. Oh no, it is lit back up again. Okay, let me try. Maybe it's just the merchant's reset, and so I've lost number 4. not everything's reset, because the paint robot's still out. So they still recognise that I've done the paint, and they're all out still. Oh, what a weird glitch. Okay, let's try... One energy drink. There you go. Okay. Let's try re-giving sheet 4. And maybe that'll do it. I want my badge, dude. Listen to him play this one then, I guess. No, I'm not... There's a different song now. So I did a Scottish voice a second ago. It's not my fault you weren't paying attention. I'm trying to think if I could trying to like mentally sing this song to those lyrics, but I don't think I can. And the song's finished now. Are you done? No, you still find more. This is irritating. Oh, the safe is relocked. Hang on, I do know that I can just look at the code. It's so weird that some of these have reset and some of them haven't. 1283. I already did this, so I don't mind looking up. 1283. Okay, so that's 8 again. I've got a guide open. I'm not going to actually go and look up the actual code. I know where it is. It's behind the picture. Like I said, we already did all this properly, so I'm quite happy to cheat. But some of the sheet music definitely isn't there, because I went to the location of 2, and it was gone. So, if... I guess I could do a very quick tour of... Okay, I'm going to do a very quick tour of where all the music sheets are, because they're not that hard to find them all, now that I've been around everywhere. And let's see if I can just grab... Hopefully it still triggers... Because I'd like to get the trophy for getting all the badges. After going to the effort of, you know, getting all the badges. Oh, those two calmed down after knocking the paint. They've given up on caring, I guess. They're still not going down to actually help tidy the paint up. They're just... Ah, no, no. Not down, across. There you go. An option here to make you see that the in-game action's gone. It's not gone, I just disabled it for today. Because the 2 games I'm playing today, you can't really ban an action. Like, this game doesn't really have much in the way of things you can ban. Like, I could, what are you going to ban me? Jumping? Great, I can't do anything. You know? It's... And Cuphead is a game that is difficult enough on its own when I can do everything. Let alone if you cut off some of the bits. So it should be on a shelf. With some oil. So I'm looking at a picture to see where it should be. Was it in here? Where is the damn thing? I already picked it up once. Or did I? Did I get this one? I don't remember coming in this room. Maybe I didn't. Alright, well there's sheet music number 1. I checked 2. 2 wasn't there. 3... That's an area repair shop. I just bought 4. 5's in the bar. Six I just picked up. I think I picked this one up. I'm now second guessing whether I've picked up anything. So. Is this game just one big escape room as a cat? Kind of, yeah, basically. You're just sort of making your way through a post-apocalyptic world. And, you know, trying to do your best as a cat. That's... I mean, that's how I would market this game if someone asked me, what's this game? Alright, there's 7. Then I need to go to the bar and then to the repair shop. But number 2's gone, so hopefully this counts if I hand in the other 7. Alright, that's the bar. I think the note's upstairs on a table. Yep, there it is. Why did all of these respawn? It's irritating. Then Elliot's workshop is... I can't remember where Elliot's workshop is. It's one of these. Translate the sign for me. Elliot programming is down here. Or is it this door? One of these doors. Elliot programming. Okay. I can get in this way. I mean, you guys are fighting a losing battle. Because I'm not going to sing. I mean, I will sing. But I'm not going to sing because you guys want me to sing. You know that. I will sing on my own volition. As and when I damn well feel like it. But now that you're like, begging me to sing in a Scottish accent. Even though I've already told you I can't do accents very well. You're like, oh, so, okay. You've told us you can't do accents very well. Sing in a You've told us you can't sing very well. Sing in a Scottish accent. We'll spend pedals. It's like, no. Because the thing is, I know all of you, and you're all shits. And I know that if I give you an inch, you'll take a mile. And you'll go, oh, now sing one in Irish. Oh, now it's here. Okay, well, I have all of the music again. So this robot better give me my... Unfortunately, it doesn't mean we need to listen to all these songs. But... I can at least get my badge. That's the important thing. Annoying freaking robot. I am now officially ignoring chat, because all they're doing is telling me to sing. let an Irish music producer and they will love it. You know, I have video of both of us singing in a Japanese karaoke. I'm obviously not going to play the video, but I could play the audio. You know how tone deaf I am. So this was the thing. If you hadn't pushed quite so hard, I might have done it. But you've just been going on and on and on for like the last 10 minutes. Shut up. You should know by now, the more you try and make me do something, the less inclined I am to do it. Just out of spite. It's the primary driving factor for... Well, no. The primary driving factor for everything I do is whether I think it's funny or not. But I find being spiteful to you hilarious. So you are shit out of luck. I promise all of you. You're welcome to play the audio of my beautiful singing voice. Yeah. You were quite drunk. So it's probably why you remember it that way. But no, I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't dare. That is a video that will remain private. At least family only, I think. I think that's for the best for everyone. Look, dude, I've heard all these songs. I don't really care. You know, you're a whatever musician. I mean, I suppose you're okay considering you're playing on a guitar made out of an oil can. But just give me my badge. What was my excuse? I had a drink. I did drink in Japan. I had half a... There was a different night, though, I will say. But I did have half a glass... I did have half a cup of... half a bottle of sake. I mean, there's a little bottle, but... You know, when in Japan. Sake is quite nice. Yay! Fortunately, he gave me the badge before playing the music. So I got my little badge. You can see it on my... Hang on, where is it? I got the trophy for it, but I don't see the actual badge on my cat. Is it underneath? Might be on the underneath. Okay, well, I got the trophy. That's the important thing. Oh, no, there it is. You can see it on the left there. Little music note. Excellent. All right, we can actually progress. That was an irritating glitch. Momo is waiting for on his boat. You can join him, but have you done everything you wanted in here? Because I'll close the door behind you. Don't anyone any Zerks coming through. I mean, I've left the door open wide open for the last half an hour, but I will close it behind you. Yeah, I got all the memories. I got all the music notes. That was all I had to do in there. So yeah, I'm good. Let's go. To the sewers. Oh, he really did close it behind me. What a jerk. Alright. Well, we're underground now. I think I've tried sake. It's rice wine. It's got quite a distinct flavour. And you can get nicer or less nicer, depending on... It's the same as any alcohol. I'm not an... I've only drunk it once in one place, so I'm no expert on it by any means. Oh, that's water. I can't jump onto that. I'm a cat. What's up, Momo? Jump onto the boat when you're ready. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's... I mean, they've given me a little tiny area to explore, so there must be something to... That must be like a memory or something. Or not. I figure there'd be at least something to look at. Okay. Let's go for a boat ride with Momo. I can't believe you found Doc and got the defluxer. With this, now we can find Balthazar. Let's go. So Momo's deal is that he's an outsider and they want to try and leave the city. But he kind of gave up on the idea because he thought all the other outsiders died trying to get out. And then I, as a cat with a robot, fixed the satellite, and he contacted Zabaltazar, who told him, "No, we're still alive. Come get us." And so now we're heading out. Out on some Zerks. What song did I say? I forget. It was we sung Wild Wild West. I tried to sing some of one of the Naruto openings. I think this was 2018. A very long time ago now. Almost coming up to 4 years ago. Fun holiday. I want to go again once Japan opens up properly. Kind of lame to go on holiday at Japan at the moment. They've got like weird, like sanctioned tourists, like tour guide only holidays open at the moment, so it's I will, Amy, I'll send you the video later. Rather you could not post the link on it just because it has a video of us actually, and you know. I don't see a way to open this gate. Can you take a look on the other side? Oh, okay. So I need to find a way to open this gate for Momo. Hopefully he doesn't get eaten by Zerks in the meantime. Yeah, I'd appreciate you. Yeah, just don't want you posting in chat. That's all. I'll send it later. But Alright, that's the access control system, which is probably a good shout. Can a cat climb a ladder? Well, it's moot point. That door's shut. Oh, okay, we've got some eggs. Can I? Ah! I jumped the gun on frying them. Apparently, there were some people complaining about this part of the game. They were like, "Oh, I just wanted to be a cat, and now you've given me, like, you've turned it into a video game and given me the power to, like, zap enemies." And it's like, I kind of get that, but at the same time, there's only so many things you could do as a cat, really. I mean, there's a dedicated meow button, which I feel like is more than enough. Oh, yeah, exactly. Can a cat climb the ladder? That's a question for intelligences beyond us. What do you say, Momo? I've never been this far out of the slums. With you here, I'm not even scared. Okay. Well, I'm terrified. You offer me no emotion. You offer me no emotional support whatsoever, robot. This was the spooky bit where you said no. This is quite serene so far. We still have all the mistakes. Well, you talk for hours and hours on end. You're gonna make the occasional flub. So stick around for the streams, because I still make them. Especially when I'm tired, which is most of the time I stream, because I stream after work. It's a horrible little cycle. What's up, Momo? Well, this machinery is broken now. I think we can only open it manually. Okay, I'll push. You pull. What do you want me to do? Oh, okay. No, he's actually opening the door. That's good. They complain about a video game is that it's a video game. Yeah, I guess it was just like I guess advertised. Quick, jump below the door. It won't hold for long. Okay, on my way. Let me explore this area briefly first. I think the complaint is that like the game was advertised as this sort of like whimsical cat walking around game. And then all of a sudden, you've got a robot gun, basically, on your back that shoots beams. I mean, it's a light gun, and it shoots, like, an ultraviolet beam of light. But I can't go on without you, but I won't stop looking for a way. When you find Sir Balthazar and Clementine, tell them I was brave. I'm a cat. I can't tell them anything. I suppose my robot friend can. B12, that was what he's called. It's like, oh god, where have you left me? Open the door again! Open the door! I mean, there must be a way for him to get through, because surely Clementine and Balthazar came through here. See? There's Clementine. Oh. A cat pub in Bristol. I've been to a... Actually, no, I haven't been to a cat cafe. I've been to an owl cafe. I assume it's a similar situation, but with cats instead of owls, and beer instead of owls. Because I don't think there was any drinks at the owl cafe I went to. It was mostly just an owl area. I think they're threatening to pop, but... well, that's me dead. Okay. I mean, I think there's a thing down there. I just need to go a slightly slower pace. And pick them off a bit more at a time than what I just did. That clearly did not work. Wait, have you put me... No, that's the door. Okay. Drinks, cats, and boys. There's also a pub where you can play video games. Kong's. Oh, I've been to Kong's in Cardiff, I think. It was underwhelming, I'm going to be completely honest. It was sold to me with the promise of, oh yeah, they got loads of retro video games. And it's like they had, like, Pac-Man. It's like, I could play Pac-Man on my phone, really. This isn't the novelty you think it is. Okay. I think we're good. I wanted to get in here. But is this where I need to go? Or is this just... Oh no, this is just... I think this is just where I get a memory. The sewer system. Yes, I remember now. Clean water was scarce. The city was supplied by huge machinery that dug deep into the earth. Just like everything else, it was rationed out to sustain people during times of drought. The scientists showed me the blueprint of the water tanks. They are huge and could contain a whole building in them. I think that's all that's over here, which is good. That was an optional area. Excellent. Alright, let's head back. Do you see all the note that's happening right now? I mean, it's just... it'd be worse if I didn't have a gun that could kill these things. Like, if they hadn't given me this light gun thing, I'd be a lot more like, okay, I need to be careful here. But I now just have a thing that solves... I just have a problem solver, you know? They pop out of their shells when I get near to them. Zap! Purple light on. Cat beam go. I did also see some other people, and this is, I think, the minority of people, saying that they didn't want to play this game because they couldn't bear to see the cat die. It's not like it's really gory. You can't even, like, hurl the cat to its death. And I don't mean that in a... I don't mean that to sound like I'm disappointed that you can't do that. It's just the way the platforming works. You can't kill the cat, really. Like, not even intentionally, just by accident. You can't accidentally throw the cat into a bottomless pit. But when it dies to the things, it just kind of, you know, falls over. Ah, dang it. Like, the chicken's death is a lot more gruesome than the cat's. Pops them like zits. I probably could have gone through there without doing that, but... I like killing them. Satisfying. It's not good for people who panic shoot. Yeah, I mean, I could see this area. I could see this area could be scary for people who, you know, get scared. Especially if, again, you've played this game thinking it's going to be like this, like, relaxing, like, nice little sort of post-apocalyptic cat simulator, which it is for, you know, the first sort of 10 minutes. I will say, this bit is way less interesting than exploring the city and talking to the robots. So I hope this bit doesn't last very long. Because my inclination is to clear out the room so that I can explore properly. But I probably don't need to... Because I don't think I can go through any of these areas. Probably a button that turns that on. But if I press that button, surely that's going to wake everything up. Oh, there it is. Oh, let's find out. Yeah. That wasn't too bad. Oh, I can't go that way. Okay. cat doesn't like to get on the wet, sticky Zerk nest stuff. Probably doesn't want to get it in its fur. Understandable. I wouldn't want to lick that. Considering its primary way of cleaning itself is to lick itself, I probably wouldn't want to get that stuff on my feet either. So yeah, no, fair enough. Okay. Fellas. So they really just aren't a threat anymore. I assume at some point there's going to be like a big one, or one that's immune to this or something, but... Oh, hi! Okay, well... The walls have eyes. And the light doesn't work against them, so... That's good. Let's... Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. I'm just anticipating this game ending in, like, some really convoluted boss battle. And considering how this game started, I feel like that is... Like, I can kind of understand the people who are complaining that this game gets a bit video gamey by the end. Kind of does make sense, because it's like, this is just a cat. This isn't like a special, intelligent cat. It's got a robot on its back, sure. And the robots are kind of intelligent in that it can talk to cats. But then I guess the goose in Goose Game was just a normal goose, and he could do all sorts of nonsense. Something was happening down there. B12, do you want to talk about these eyes at all? Is that we gonna comment on them? Is it just kind of... Are you just kind of like, oh no, the eyes, I thought you knew about them. Oh, I would have, you should have said. Are they like the light? Okay, the regular light doesn't seem to bother them that much. Oh, it is just a regular light. I thought it was daylight for some reason. Is it like more than scared or anything like that? I'm just more worried that I've missed a collectible. That's my major concern in this entire ordeal. I want to get back to causing mischief and knocking plant pots off of ledges and upsetting robots. Part of the game's silly. I'm not seeing... See, the measure of whether I failed is going to be when I get to the next memory point. And okay, so these eyes of either are asleep, so I guess this part of the sewer is asleep, or the eyes have crossed it over. I don't know which is worse. But yeah, the measure's going to be whether I get to the next memory, and it's going to go, and there's going to be a gap. Because that's when I know that I have failed this game. It's a really bad bout of conjunctivitis. That's what this whole area is. Just one really, like the entire situation. Just about a conjunctivitis that got out of control. Alright, so I guess I have to do both door locks. Possibly within a time limit. And then I guess the video game brain is turning on here. I'm going to turn them on. The eyes are going to open up. I'm going to run around and hit the other one. And then I'm going to have a certain amount of time. Ooh. I guess sewer water kills them too. Because they ain't getting back out. Fellas. I'm wondering whether I can get to that door, but I don't think I can do anything with that door even if I can. I'm going to hit one of these. The eyes are all going to turn on. They're going to summon in a load of Zerks, or whatever they're called. I'm then going to have to run around and try and hit the other one before the timer's up to open the door. And then there'll be a dramatic sequence where I run through the door and it closes behind me. And this area's done. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. This could lead to nothing. There is, however, music in the background which is sharply, like, going up, waiting for something to happen. Which makes me think that I'm right. I don't see... That's the pipe I came in from. Okay. I don't see any side areas or anything that I can be missing. So, let's just go and hit one and see what happens. Yep, see, look, all the eyes opened up. And they're startled. And then they're throwing some Zerks at me. Luckily, he's trying to open the door. Throw everything we have at him, but in short, make controllable bursts, so as not to completely overwhelm him. Give the poor thing a fighting chance, right? I mean, we're horrible wall eye monsters, but you know, we're not cheaters. I guess this is a... Hi, don't mind me. I'm just checking my options before I leave. Okay. I guess I could have just gotten across that way if I wanted to. Music's still spiking. And we're good. Alright, well, nothing so bad. I feel like the robot should have said something about the eyes. It's weird that no one's mentioned it yet. Hey, B12, have you just noticed the giant wall eyes? Yeah, I was gonna say, B12, don't dawdle, I need you. You're kind of my only defense against these things. Overheated. See, I actually kind of prefer this, because now I know that I don't need to worry about collectibles, because it's not going to make me stop and scan anything whilst the robot that scans things is in my mouth. Like as a cat, in a panic situation, I would be able to run way faster than this. Like, my dog's chased a cat, and I'm sure it's run a lot quicker than this, and my dog would just play with it. I fixed it. It was dark. I was alone. It felt like I was back in the network. But you saved me. Thank you, friend. Throwing that much power was rough on my core. The flux was completely destroyed now. We'll have to be careful. Oh, great. Thanks. You mean our only defense against those things you broke immediately? Cool. Thanks, robot. Alright, well, it was nice while it lasted. They did say the sewers were bad. Yeah, but I just assumed they were filled with the Zerk dudes. Not that there was wall eyes. Like, they've explained the Zerks. They haven't explained the wall eyes. Like, where do they come in? The Zerks, you know, they were a creature designed to eat trash. And I was going to say, there's a lot of trash around here that they're not eating. Just, I mean, maybe they'll explain the sentient biomass in the next area. Yeah. Hey, robot. I'm a cat. What up? A traveler from the sewers. We haven't seen one of you in ages. Are you the one who contacted us earlier? The little outsider. Balthazar the outsider has been expecting you. He's meditating on top of the village. It said at the top of the village, but I guessed what it said. And I like that he was meditating on top of the village. Oh, it's a tree. Or it's a... No, it's a tower that they've made to look like kind of like a tree. This machine. The scientist I assisted used one of these. He was sick. This was his last hope. He walked into the machine, but I wasn't with him. He was alone. What was he doing? He uploaded himself into the computer, then everything was different. With the upload, something went wrong. He was stuck for hundreds of years. It's like, oh, was he on dial-up, or did someone make a phone call whilst he was uploading himself to the internet? That's some bad luck. Until a little cat appeared. I'm the scientist. Was it? It was me. I was the scientist. I was human. Now look at me. Why did I not upload myself into a bigger, sexier robot body? I need a moment. We can find you a bigger, sexy body. Don't worry, B12. I think I missed... I'm really worried that I missed a memory back in the sewer. Because it looks like there's a gap there. And I'm worried now that the next one I'm going to scan, there's going to be a gap. And it's going to be irritating because I've missed it. Ah! Christ! Sorry, I appear to have knocked your anti-grav crates off the side there. So the Zerks were back to the great hand, maybe mutated. I mean, obviously, yeah, but I'd like a kind of in-universe explanation for why eyeballs. I'm sorry, don't want to talk to robots. I need them when I don't feel like talking right now. Okay. I'll just meow at the robots then on my own. Ah! I win! Yahtzee! Checkers! Ah! I won the game. What else have I forgotten? I must have had parents, friends. What happened to everyone? I mean, they probably all died, like all the rest of humanity. I wanted to open the city, but is there even anyone left to save? I mean, maybe all of these robots are people, but they don't remember either, like you. But I'm pretty sure all the actual humans are dead, so you just give up on that. Fuck you. There you go. Keep saying walleye, and I'm thinking of the fish. Needs a different name. Wall. Oh no, it won't even let me click on anything anymore. Oh, I can't make the swing go. That's sad. I mean, it's an eye on a wall. I don't know what else to call it other than walleye. Peeper. Keeper. Yeah, a horizontal peeper. I don't know. I'm gonna keep calling it a walleye. Isn't B12 a vitamin? Yeah, probably. Or a food colorant, or something. What is this? Ah. This guy really likes his lucky cat statues. And they're all working too. Oh. Hey, don't you know not to interrupt a fellow during his transcendental meditation? Oh, it's you. You were with Momo when we received that call earlier. I'm glad to meet you at last, little outsider. You know Momo and Doc, so you're already familiar with us outsiders. I miss them. Their memory brings me peace. Momo stayed in the slums. I heard you helped find Doc. And Clementine, she's in Midtown now. If you still want to see the outside, she's the only one who can get you there. Apparently she had some kind of plan to leave the city. Here, take this. I wrote her address on the back of this picture. Oh, is Clementine the big one or the little one? To reach Midtown, climb up our little village. It should be easy for a dexterous one like you. If you manage to reach the outside, you'll be the very first. I wish you good luck, but you don't need it. I believe in you. You really sound like you mean it. I'm sorry for shutting down earlier. I'm human. Probably the last in the world. Not really. No, you're not. Now look what's left of me. So much has come back to me. How much have I forgotten? Maybe if we find Clementine, we can restore my memories and get you back home at the same time. We can go back down and find out more about the companions or head onward to Midtown. Alright, well let's go back down now that I can actually talk to the robots, because I want more badges. And maybe I can get my top hat. If this cat doesn't wear a hat of some kind by the end of this game, I'm going to be furious. This language, the companions robots made it up from scratch. How impressive. I remember it happening when I was in the network. I don't know when exactly, but at one time, all the communication started to switch to these symbols. I was stuck in a computer and alone for a long time, so I translated every symbol and word one by one until I was able to understand everything. Now that I'm out, I know their language. I am curious to hear what they have to say. That gap makes me worried. Please let there be another memory here that fills that in. The thing is, this game's short enough that I could probably, like, go back and get that missing memory quite easily, but it's still annoying. The soothing sound of trash falling, shimmering waterfalls, no dangers. It's a blissful place to work on my poetry. Here, listen. No. Abort! Abort! The mighty concrete shielding me in its womb. Shall you also be my tomb? You think it's too solemn? Okay. His poetry was mercifully short. The electric zerk everywhere. Oh, I guess he's half asleep? I guess dreaming of electric sheep. Or electric zerks. Hey, have you guys reset your game? Statistically, I should have won at least 8 times. I can't talk to no one. I do love the smell of fresh paint. It reminds me of... Oh, wait. I can't smell anything. How sad. Oh. Sorry, Mamooch. Mamooch. May is in her deconstructivist period, so she says. I'm sure she'll become a great artist. If only she could practice elsewhere. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb up here. And knock off these paint barrels. And then, I'm gonna get all cat-footed. Did you know there are more than 900 shades of white paint? Don't tell anyone, but I'm creating my own shade of paint. I'm calling it garbage brown. I'm sure it'll be incredibly popular. And more paint I can knock off. Ooh, can I knock that one off? Can I get up there? I don't see a prompt. Can I turn off his music? No. I can only be so horrible. There's unfortunately a limit on the amount of horribleness that I can do. Like, I can knock a couple of paint... Oh. Oh, Soros doesn't even mention the fact that they're covered in paint. Alright, just in case, I'm going to go back to the entrance quickly and see if maybe there's a memory on the way in. But if it was further back than the door that closed behind me, SOL, unfortunately. It's annoying because I really looked hard for... Well, that could have ended badly. I really did look hard for memories. And if I missed one, it's just all the more annoying. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Dang it. Yeah, it just says the same thing again. Okay, I think this is maybe not quite the... This isn't supposed to be like a big hub. Like the last place. This is just a little stop in. Where you can cause a, you know, like a medium amount of mischief. You know, upset their game. Oh, I didn't speak to these guys. Oh, hello there. It's been so long since we've had a visitor. Well, except those damn Zerks, of course. Imagine how we could harness their power, having them running a wheel or something. Such wasted potential. When I grow up, I want to be great like Aunt Clementine. I wanted to explore like she did, but the grown-up forbade us to leave Ant Village. Is this Ant Village? I'm going to assume this is Ant Village. I can take a nap. Is there any benefit to doing so? I don't think so. I keep thinking like maybe doing so will unlock something, or like a conversation option, but it really is just... No, we just put these places in so you could do screenshots of the cat. You know. For fun. Oh, I can't knock the bucket over. Why even put a bucket there if I can't knock it over? It's just bucket teasing me at that point. But yeah, I'm fast running out of town to explore. Especially if Momo's, the Baltazar even is at the top. Because that means there's not much more I can go. It's a robot on a top hat. People call me the Tin Chef. I specialize in upcycling leftovers. Today's special, ramen J45 with my secret ingredient. What's his secret ingredient? I want his hat. Oh, look at his hat. This food is actually horrible, but it's the only thing around. I'll have to unscrew my front casing if I keep eating this trash. Oh, God, yeah, I wouldn't want to unscrew my front casing for anything. I feel like that's, especially for a cat, you're gonna do that once. If you unscrew a cat's front casing, I don't think you can screw it back on. There were people at the very bottom. I went to the very bottom. I could go any lower than... where I was. Down. There we go. Like, this is as low as, like... Whoa. Easy, cat. Easy. Is there a lower level down than this I can get to? Oh, there are some dudes over there, aren't there? Good spot. I would have missed this. Fellas? Some make all this junk. Me, I call them treasures. If only there was a saying related to that phenomenon. Oh well. I was a bellbot many cycles ago, but I've repurposed myself into a treasure hunter. Don't be fooled by the sound of it. It can be hard and gruesome, just like this arm I just found. Poor fellow. May he rust in peace. That's a Skyrim merchant quote, is it? Fair play for catching it. I would not have, because I have not played nearly as much Skyrim. Hey, there's a red plant. I have not played nearly as much Skyrim as you. I mean, I've never even finished Skyrim. Okay, well, I'm guessing I need that for... Ah, okay, well, that didn't accomplish anything. I'm guessing I need that plant for a side quest later, so that's good I got that now. Otherwise I'd have to come back. Or fail the side quest, which would be even worse. No, cat. There you go. Keep climbing. Believe in yourself. Well, believe in the me that believes in you. That you can go up. There's purple ones along the branch. Can you pick those? I wanna. Oh yeah. Indeed I can. Okay, I'm beginning to understand how I might have missed a memory now. Because I'm clearly not as observant as I thought I was being. Okay, so we've got red and a purple. It's not just going to be those two, is it? I'll keep my eye out. Now that I know that there's coloured plants around, I shall... keep my eye out for more. Although it looks like there's a... Hello. Hello, buddy. How are you? Did you know that Aunt Clementine taught us how to grow special plants that can live without sunlight? I have a huge collection of them. Do you want to see? Still missing some colours, though. Missing a yellow, a red, and a purple. If only someone small and agile could get them for me. Well, you're in luck. I have 2 of them. Oh, wow, it's so pretty. Thank you. Could you find the others for me? Oh, I heard it's a rare plant. Thank you. Could you find the other for me? So there must be a yellow one somewhere. Oh, there. How do I get that? Damn. Hang on. Oh, there are darts. Sorry, correction. They've got dart. Talked with you guys, didn't I? Oh yeah, you just complained about the food. Alright, let's see if I can get to it from the other side. That's a short-lived dream. It looks like there's definitely an area over there. This is okay because of how to get there. Where do I go from here to get up? There we go. Where I can get up and then get down. Sounds like I'm going dancing. Go along the pipe. Is there a pipe? I don't see a pipe. Not seeing anything to jump on. Tiny pipe sticking out. Yeah, but where? Because I'm not seeing a prompt anywhere. There's a pipe there, but I don't have a prompt to get onto it. Plus, I don't think it actually goes anywhere once I get on it. Oh, yeah, actually, there are some yellow flowers there. But I can't get... Cat won't jump off when I ride that down. I can't see another way to jump onto that roof. No, I can't jump out of the bucket unless there's a prompt to jump onto. He doesn't want to jump on anything. Is there a way I can get onto... Do you think I'd just be able to jump on here and then get onto the roof? But, oh! There we go. I just need to jump down here. I mean, as intended. Of course. That was what we were after. I got you there, the other one. Hello there, Colour. Thanks, buddy. You found them all. Thank you so much. Here, as a reward, take my badge. Yay! It looks so good. You look so good with it. Well, take care. Now, see you, friend. I have another badge. Oh, imagine how many badges I'm going to have by the end of the game. My pride are going to be so proud. Oh, hey. I'm bored. And Clementine used to hot classes here. We learned a lot of cool stuff. But now she's gone. Now all the stuff we learn is boring. It's just like, I'm over here. I'm the one who teaches the classes now. Shut up. Everyone's so rude in the apocalypse. It doesn't, you know. Manners are free. They're the one thing everyone can still afford. I can knock those paint buckets over. I need to get over there. I must. I can see the prompt on the back of that can. How do I get over there? There we go. Yeah. Everything's more colourful now. You're going to see Aunt Clementine. Can you tell that everyone misses her? Okay, you're not going to mention the paint. It's like, no. You have made it more colourful here. Salutations, Stardust. Will I have enough to go fight the Elite Four? It's a good question. It's a good question. I need to, if I'm going to go and fight the Elite Four, I do need to learn some more attacks, because at the moment all I've got is Meow and, which isn't, that's their Pokemon move. All I've got is Screech, Rest, and Tail Wag. I don't even really have Slash. Like, or Bite, or any. I don't really have any offensive moves whatsoever. I did have Hyper Beam, but it broke. Alright. I think we're done. There was one side quest, we did it, and now we are gone. Oh, Solar Beam I had. Yeah, I had Solar Beam, and then it broke. Yeah, my robot unfortunately broke it. So... that means I definitely missed a memory as well, which is infuriating. Nope. You cannot put a photo inside a machine. I mean, you can. I suppose physically. It's not going to do anything, though. So, let's nod and say we did. Prepared to fight the Elite Four like one of your regular playthroughs. Hey. I'm always prepared. I just fail regardless. That's not a preparation issue, that's a skill issue. Ha! Look, this is a subway station. I had completely forgotten this kind of transportation existed. You could ride to anywhere in the city. People used to take them to go to work. I used to take them too. Every morning, after saying goodbye to my family at home. My family who are all dead. I remember I was doing this for them, but they're gone now. It was so long ago. They wanted to see the outside, but does that even matter anymore? What happened to them? What happened to everyone? Again, dude, I'm pretty sure they all died. Anyway, we're near midtown now. Let's find this Clementine. We have a picture of her. We can show it to some of the companions around here. Maybe they'll point us in the right direction. He's most of the way remembered. I will say there is no, like, secret ending, or I don't think getting all the memories actually changes the ending. I didn't look that up. It was just annoyingly an article about this game mentioned it. So I was just like, oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, I guess, in case I miss one. So I don't have to, like, pedantically go back and try and find it. Which I would have done. Because there is a chapter select in this game. You're missing the fact that John just made a Pokemon reference. I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, give him a... What do you want me to give him? A golf clap every time he makes a Pokemon reference. Well done, John. I don't get... No one gives a shit when I make a music reference, so... Speaking of Pokemon, though, whilst I'm exploring this subway briefly, there's some quite interesting rumours coming out around the new game coming out. Which, I'll be honest, I wasn't sort of super excited about it, but the new stuff coming out does sound like it's quite interesting. I will say. There's something to do with, like... There's, like, past and future forms, potentially, which sounds quite interesting. Where you can... I guess it's probably a way to tie in all the stuff from Legends Arceus. But it's just a way for you to... You can get, like, extinct versions of Pokemon, but also versions of Pokemon that don't exist yet, which is exciting. And apparently, which is my favourite thing, Primeape has some new evolutions. So, I'm a big fan of Primeape. No news on Charizard yet, but I assume Charizard has at least 3 new forms. Alright, I'm not seeing a battery or anything, so I guess I come back down here. Oh, I can't slide. That's disappointing. That's because they are normally wrong. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's the attempt that's the important. Metro is closed due to pandemic restriction. Please do not enter. Any violation of rules can result in heavy prison sentence. Does the mention of a pandemic not make you remember anything? No? No music. Bad robot. Okay, Ledoc has nothing to say to us. Let's remember some books. My Charizards from my Bulba dinosaurs. Yeah, you got it. That's about as much as you need to know about Pokemon. There are so many books here. The Turing Test Legacy, The Ethics of Artificial Intelligence. I recognize some of these. Did I have a library? I remember nothing was quite like the smell of books on the turn of a page. It was a feeling almost like comfort. A book was like spending time with someone. Yeah, but now we got like movies and stuff and games. They're way better than books. I like books, but you don't have to read. Oh, I'm just changing the music. I'm not actually turning it off. Disappointing. Hey, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just a cat. Is it me that you're running from? Hey, welcome back, Nightcore. I shall try and make the next 5 minutes incredibly entertaining. There you go. I made the cat meow for you. Can I trick this one? Ah, I can. Wanted, Clementine, troublemaker, outsider, rebellious. Please report any sightings. Oh. Maybe we shouldn't show our photo of Clementine to everyone. I don't want the cat to get arrested. I already told you 5 times, Yosh. You can't run around like that. It's dangerous. Hey, this is the first time I've seen this kind of robot. You look so fluffy. Oh, it's the girl displayed on this wanted screen, right? You should ask somebody else. I'm too busy with Yosh here to know anything. Yosh. I'm a small furry robot. Pay attention to me. Don't worry about trash. Nico Corporation takes care of everything. I wonder if I can find something about Nico Corporation that explains the eyeballs in the sewers. It's like, look, we've created these trash monsters, okay? They're great. There's a tiny, tiny chance of them mutating and turning into eyeballs. Do you hear that down below? That ebb, that flow. The city haunts me. It taunts me. Oh, Clementine. Yeah, I used to hang out with her, but she wanted to leave. She was a breeze, and then she flew. She was a wanted person now, and too heavy for me. Shh, hear that? That ebb, that flow. gonna nuzzle you. Why did nuzzling you make you sad, Bonobot? I'm like one of these, but real. You should be ecstatic. Access still over-restricted due to organic life hazards. Please keep out of this area. Oh, so this is probably the lift that leads down to the lift that Guardian is protecting. Okay. That doesn't really mean anything, but cool. Ooh, does this vending machine work? Oh, no, it doesn't. Welcome back again, Nightcore. Neko is Japanese for cat, maybe that's the joke. Yeah, it's a different spelling, so I didn't know if... But they're supposed to be like a trash company, but I assumed it was probably that. Or... Maybe that explained, but it, you know, it still does explain the eyeballs. Why am I here? This has accomplished nothing. Fellas, please state your identity. Cooperate, we have to transfer you to jail and reboot you. Please leave me alone, I'm not the one you're looking for. You're looking for Clementine, I'm sure she's hiding in the residence. Okay, it's nice that no one pays any attention to me. I mean, everyone was terrified of me the first time I came through, but, no one seems to care about a cat in the upper mid. Oh, a cat! Oh yeah, we see them all the time. Delicious. Absolutely scrumptious. Consider this tomorrow. I replace my arm with another robotic arm, and the next day my other arm too, and then my body and so on until I replaced all my parts and upgraded my software. Will I be the same robot you are talking to now? Oh hey, what are you showing me right now? A bunch of people I don't know. My guess is they probably live in the massive houses being building further uptown. Do what you want with that. Why do you have so many photos of cats on your wall? A big weird cat. Yeah, alright. Yeah. I get it, you're a chipothesis thing. It is an interesting thing if you think about like robots and sentience, like the fact that they can just completely replace themselves. Does that. Like if you were a sentient being, knowing that you could completely replace every part of yourself. I guess like being, I don't know, like a clone and uploading your memories to it. Like, are you a copy or are you the original being continued? Anyway, that's a problem for a dystopian cyberpunk future. Not anything I have to worry about. At NegoCorp, we work all day long to gather the waste and send it downstairs where they recycle and repurpose it. Speaking of downstairs, it's been a while since we had news from them. Cool picture, that one. Hey, is that an address on the back? First symbol of the street, and there's a floor and a door number. Should be pretty easy to find. I'm not telling you, though. I assume you, with your tiny cat face and body, can figure it out. Sorry, little one, you can't play over here. The NegoCorp factory is no place for a little fuzzball like you. Access is restricted, but only for a little while. If you can wait a few years, we'll open right back up. Cool picture. Okay, he says the same thing as the other guy. I guess I need to go in there at some point. Worry about that later. I'm busy, what do you want? Buzz off. Thanks, Blazer. I bet the robots are just named randomly as well. They don't really have any kind of rhyme or reason to their names. Club's closed. Get lost. Oh yeah, who are you, police? Everyone's looking for a... Do I look like police? I am small and ginger. I didn't let her in if that's what you want to know. You could jump in that box. There was a prompt. Oh, no, it's Nightcore. Yeah, this game only just came out this week, so it's still quite brand. It's still new, but it's yeah, it's fun for a. Finally, they gave me a box I can actually jump into. I have a feeling there's possibly a stealth section at some point, and I have to like jump and hide in the box to hide from a robot. That's my feeling. That's where my brain's at right now. Are you one of those young punks listening to loud music all day? Don't touch anything, don't make any noise, don't ask for credit. Who's that? Their clothes look terrible. Send them to me if they want to look fashionable. I want to look fashionable. Can you give me a cat hat? Just like a little tiny hat, that's all I need. You look foolish. Oh, something's wrong with my reflection. I don't know why I'm talking in the robot voice for the cat. Oh, I can't put Clementine's picture into the beatbox. I feel like this is going to be quite another, like, expansive hub type area. Just based on the amount of things I've been able to interact with. Maybe the last of its kind. Given how close we are to the end of the game. Just based on B12's memories, because he's only got 5, I think, of the big memories, and I filled in 4 of them. To hell with the Sentinels, long live the Outsiders. I think we might be in the right place. Or the wrong place, depending on your perspective. I should take a longer nap. I'm very sleepy. And this game is... well, it's not exactly high octane. It's very peaceful jumping around this cyberpunk city. I do need a cat nap. Oh, if only there was a little, like, tiny bundle of... oh, easy. There you go. You made it. And there was a little tiny bundle of like blankets I could press triangle on in real life. Where do I go from here? I didn't really... accomplish a lot. It's been like half an hour since I caused mischief. I interrupted the couple of robots game of Mahjong, and then that's about it. Sorry, shop's closed. I went into delivery guys, but it seems they're taking their sweet time. What's that picture? Oh, I know her. She's one of those people who's always obsessed with the outside. You know what, my friend? Stay away from the Sentinels. They're vicious. And they got my buddy Pablo. He's in for 350 years, so be careful. Oh, Clementine, if I were you, I would not want to find this girl. It's a matter of time before she gets caught by the Sentinels. But keep asking around, you'll end up finding her. Just know that you will also find trouble. I just walked near the elevator and got yelled at by the sentinels. Because we were told that the surface is uninhabitable. We just accepted this as fact. But why? I'm stuck in a chair. I've escaped the chair. What can I do for you tonight, chef? Can't you pay me with real money? Can you give me real food? I still haven't eaten anything. In all this time, I've been like being a cat. No one's ever given me any food. Yeah. Oh, I feel a bit better now. Oh, there's a hole in the roof. Ah, with a memory. Remember this? Ah, yes, I remember climbing into this hole as a human. It's interesting to see robots mimicking human work and behavior. Here they seem to sell burgers and street food. I remember my favorite place to go when I was human. It was small and welcoming, and the server's name was... I don't remember. It started with an M, I think. There was definitely an X prompt there somewhere. Or was it just to the other side of the... I want that. Okay, it was just to the other side of the gap. Let's climb down. Prediction about how it ends, you starve to death. Or I'm a robot cat. Oh. Which explains why... Hello. I have made this cowboy robot happy. I don't know why I'm doing the robot voice for the cat. Your happiness is over now, robot. Now I'm going to scratch you and mark you as my territory. And then leave. Ah! I know this one. Hang on, leave it with me. I did it. Hang on, I can get this. No, stop knocking it into the corner. I did it. Your move. I tried downloading an aimbot to be the best at this game, but ended up with malware. I'm not sure why, but everything seems odd now. Nice picture. I've seen this girl before, I think. Just looking for information about all sorts of very old machines. Weird. You guys need, like, more photographs. I've mastered every game that ever existed, but I can't figure out how this one works. Am I not seeing the whole picture here? I like that my robot probably does know how to, like, play pool, but just choosing not to tell them. So yeah, I could tell these robots the rules to pool or snooker, whichever one this is. I think it's pool, but I'm not going to, because it doesn't benefit our mission. Oh no, Tonin, I like pretty much everything. My favorite drink is oil. What's yours, Mammoth? What will it be today, little sir? Our world must seem gigantic from your little eyes. Wish I could be as tiny as you so I could explore new hidden places. Right, that's a weird thing to say to a cat. Well, no, I mean, in fairness, that probably is something that someone would say to a cat. I might knock it on the head soon, I'm going to be honest. I wanted to try and sort of finish this today, but I'm quite tired, and it's making me uninterested in this. And I don't want to play this being uninterested, because it's really cool still. And yeah, I'm just tired. I think a day of Cuphead. Should have napped for longer, but dinner took too long. What was I thinking with Musaka? Yeah, it's a little early. I'm gonna knock out because I'm getting fatigued, and I want to like keep exploring and talking to all these robots, but like I don't like right now. I don't want to, but I also don't want to like. I just want to like carry on and get the rest of the plot, but I also want to explore. I'm tired, basically. We'll finish this another night. I don't know when though. Tomorrow. I could do tomorrow. I was going to do Final Fantasy 14 to make up for not streaming it on Friday, but I guess I could play this tomorrow and then not make up not streaming Final Fantasy 14. Bonus under stream of Cuphead and Stray. Now, Cuphead's going to be Wednesday's game. Like I said, I'm very confident this time the GTA is going to be done and dusted quickly. I hope. I really hope. And then Cuphead will be the Wednesday game until we finish it. So I don't want to put that in there. And there's a new Hitman 3 is getting a new map on Tuesday. So I'm going to do a bonus stream on Tuesday in Hitman with... you'll like this. It's because I know you're not a big fan of Hitman. It's pirate themed. So, and I've got a pirate costume, so we're going to do some pirate missions. It's like a pirate Caribbean island, like a hidden, pirate island, and you've been sent in to kill a lady. GTA 4 last part, 5th edition. It really is. It really is. But I'm literally on the final mission, so it should be quick. I mean, there's the credits, but I don't think they're going to take more than half an hour. Although it's a Rockstar game. And they do like to list everyone that exists, so it's possible. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, Cuphead will be the Wednesday game anyway. Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll stream this tomorrow instead of Final Fantasy 14, and we'll just pick up Final Fantasy 14 on Friday. Yeah, I think I got hit. I apologize for sort of skipping on Friday, but it was like the beginning of the week. I didn't get a great deal of sleep, but I was okay. And then I think it just like not having a good night's sleep all week just kind of hit me all at once. And I just, no matter how much sleep I got during the day, because I slept all afternoon, I just couldn't. I was still tired every time I woke up, and I was just like, I'm just so exhausted. I was feeling alright this morning, but I think again, a day of Cuphead is kind of taking it out of me. I wonder how far this is going to zoom before it stops. Okay, no, I think we've plateaued here. This is a nice little vista. This is what I mean. It's like all of these scenes exist just for you to do screenshots, which is great for, you know. It's nice to have a little like cat picture to look at, I guess. Anyway. Okay. Well, let's do that then. I'll try and finish Stray tomorrow once I've had a proper night's sleep and I've had a day. Sonic on Monday, Hitman on Tuesday, GTA/Cuphead on Wednesday. Thursday no stream because I got plans. Friday Final Fantasy 14, and then Saturday Digimon, which I'm very excited about. There's a new Digimon game coming out on Friday, and I'm gonna play it. I get to be a Destined again. So, Digimon, Saturday. That's going to be the all-day game. Apparently it's got a darker tone, which I think means some of the kids are going to die. Which I shouldn't sound so excited about, but I am. I'm not going to hide my excitement. It sounds like a fun game. So that's the week. I'll put a schedule out, but yes, that's the plan for next week. So I shall see you at some of those. Yeah, let's call it a night here, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. So thanks for watching. If you did, I've been Dead Kids, my favourite. Exactly. So I'll see you there on Saturday for Digimon and Dead Kids. Then I've been Jack Dandy. You've all been Just Dandy. And I shall see you next time. Meow.